Once upon a time, in the peaceful village of Greenvale, there lived a little squirrel named Nutty. Nutty wasn't like other squirrels who busied themselves collecting acorns and caring for their families. Instead, Nutty was always looking for the biggest and best of everything, never satisfied with what he had. Nutty's greed knew no bounds. He envied Sammy the wise owl's smooth feathers, Priscilla the peacock's colorful tail, and even Eddie the elephant's long trunk. Nutty would collect more acorns than he needed and stash them away in every nook and cranny he could find, believing he would one day trade them for what he desired. One bright autumn morning, Nutty overheard a whisper amongst the forest animals about a hidden treasure in the old enchanted cave. Treasure? I must have it, Nutty thought, his eyes gleaming with ambition. Without wasting a moment, Nutty scampered through the leafy woods, past the babbling brook, and up the rocky hill, until he reached the cavern entrance. The cave was dark and looming, but Nutty's desire was stronger than his fear. As Nutty ventured deeper, the cave walls sparkled with precious gemstones and golden trinkets. The little squirrel's heart raced. It was the most incredible sight he'd ever seen. "I'm going to be the richest squirrel in all of Greenvale," he chuckled to himself. But as Nutty stuffed his paws with jewels and his cheeks with gold, the ground began to shake. Pebbles fell from the ceiling, and the cave let out a mighty roar. "I've awakened the spirit of the cave," Nutty yelped, realizing his error too late. The treasures were never meant to be taken, and his greed had disturbed their ancient protector. With his tiny legs moving as fast as they could, Nutty dashed for the exit, dropping all his plunder along the way. He barely escaped as the entrance crumbled behind him, sealing the treasures inside forever. Panting atop the rocky hill, Nutty saw a rainbow of colors stretch across the sky, created by dewdrops and sunlight dancing together, a beauty owned by no one. From that day on, Nutty was a changed squirrel. He no longer envied or hoarded, but learned the value of contentment and sharing. The villagers noticed his transformation and made him a friend, teaching him that true wealth wasn't in what you own, but in the happiness shared with others. And so, in the village of Greenvale, Nutty the squirrel became known not for his greed, but for his lessons in generosity and friendship. And they all lived happily, spending their days sharing stories and laughter, knowing that greed, indeed, was a curse, a lesson learned well by Nutty the squirrel.